I welcome you to another episode of Trash Talk Podcast, sitting here in the Trash Talk studios with the man, the myth, You know who I'm kidding, it's JJ. JJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
What do you think about not being a legend? Or a myth?
Pretty good.
You're barely a man.
You don't want to be a legend because, like, everyone who's described as a legend is dead.
Is that true?
You want to be a myth because everything that's described as a myth is not real.
Is Paul McCartney not a legend?
Well, okay, there is, but you know how rare it is that someone is called a living legend? As a matter of fact, the term living legend itself implies that legends are usually dead.
I'm more surprised by the fact that you didn't bring up the, is Paul McCartney dead thing.
Is he?
No, he's not. But that's one of those. That's a conspiracy theory. That's like,
yeah,
died awfully young and they replaced him with some other dude.
with a lookalike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then they have one song where it's like they played it backwards,
if you play it backwards,
it sounds like Paul is dead and all that bullshit. And
I've heard that one before. There's also the thing about like the album covers, like the way, like their position or something. That was also something there which supposedly supports it. Also, Elvis lives, but that's besides the point.
The king always lives. Fact. Is a thing, right? Okay, let me do this first, right? Giveaway time?
Giveaway time?
Giveaway time. People, if you can tell me what I am wearing on my head right now, that this is the same question that I asked for like weeks now. If you can tell me what I'm wearing on my head right now, let me know. If you got it right, you will win what, JJ?
I mean, I assume that you're doing the same thing as always, which would make it a free subscription to TrashcanTV.
That is our YouTube channel. If you are already subscribed, however, then they can do what?
They can suggest a topic for a future episode of Trash Talk Podcast.
Which is what we're doing right now. And then we
Not
might...
like anyone ever listens to this.
It doesn't matter. If you do that, you can suggest a topic, and we're going to talk about that, which is a good thing. Also, remember to like the video, which is this one, the podcast, all the other ones too. There's 100 of them. It doesn't take that long. And if you're going to subscribe now, and then propose a topic, because that way you get both. Because subscriptions are usually free in general. Just pro tip. In case you're actually listening, you deserve to know that. Spread the word and all that stuff. But let's get into a first topic.
Yeah, so...
what do we got?
The first topic, you suggested that we do a quiz, but guess each other's answers.
Yes. Here's the thing, right? We both put down 10 questions.
Yes.
On personal preference. So, not questions that's like specific knowledge. Like, there's a correct answer.
Which would be kind of stupid to guess each other's answers.
Yeah.
For questions that have factually correct answers.
It's true. So, we both put 10 questions. We're going to ask them. And then we're going to both predict each other's answers and then answer them.
Okay.
That is correct?
That sounds correct.
Start me up. Music reference. What's the first?
Nice. So,
not even a good song is that. What do you got?
The first question is, the favorite Hearthstone class to face?
The favorite Hearthstone class to face?
Because to play, I know what your answer is.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I'm going to say what you would answer, right?
I guess.
Okay, I'm going to say you would like to face warriors.
Okay.
What are you going to say?
I think you like to face shamans.
Okay, so what's your answer?
My answer is warlock.
Okay, paladin.
Because, so we were both wrong.
Yeah.
So, warlock, if they played really aggressively.
It's tough.
With a lot of tapping and like flamings and all that stuff, I can usually kill them before anything serious happens.
Warlock is tough.
And if they play too conservative, then they usually just don't get the draws that they need.
It's the thing. Like here's why I say paladin, right? Because paladin is about the only class that you don't face at all from rank 10 up.
I really hate hand buff paladin though. Like that's really.
But the thing, right? Any other class I faced that much over the last month of October when I played all kinds of games trying to make a run at legend. Like by rank 5, you face all kinds of shamans, the warlocks, and all that, and you get sick of them, right? It's always the same. There's no like creative decks. It's always the same stuff you're facing, and you get used to it and you get better against it. But I like when I see I'm playing a paladin, I know that guy. I know that person is not playing a meta deck. Like that person is not playing a great deck that will give me the most problems. So I can usually beat him.
Okay.
Because that's how it works. Paladin is the only class at the moment that does not compete. I feel like.
Used to be priest.
Used to be
How
priest? Yeah, now priest is like the meta itself.
Yeah, so
the favorite
priest.
Alright, the first question for me, right?
Yes.
Nick Kershaw, favorite song.
Ooh.
There is 3 of them in contention, if I'm not mistaken.
So I'm gonna have to guess yours.
Yes, and I'm guessing yours.
Just for the heck of it, can you just quickly list the songs?
Okay, there is The Riddle.
Yes.
There is I Won't Let the Sun Go Down, and there is Wouldn't It Be Good.
So for you, let me guess. Wouldn't it be good?
I'm gonna guess The Riddle for you.
Correct.
You were also correct. That's good. I do also like The Riddle though, because I also like riddles in general.
Yeah.
And like the brand Riddell, which has nothing to do with that. They do football equipment. But yeah, you were correct. There's nothing to say about it. It's a good song.
Hey, I mean, they're all good songs.
I'm not knocking you for picking The Riddle either. It's probably close.
So, I guess my second question.
Yeah.
So, you remember when you were prepping the list for the top 10 songs?
I do. I'm still on that, by the way.
You introduced the AC/DC factor.
The AC/DC point, aka the AC/DC line.
And I'm asking for that specific factor for the song Fernando
by ABBA.
Yes. So
all right,
you would have to guess for me. I would have to guess for you.
Okay, I'm gonna say you going with the under the AC/DC line because you rate AC/DC quite. You didn't even put ABBA in your top 10, so I don't think you would do that.
So I think that you're putting it over.
All right.
And my answer is in fact under, yes.
It's tough. This one is tough. I told you that when I did the AC/DC point, I will look at the top 3 AC/DC songs to get a better grasp on it.
Yes.
So I'm putting Fernando against Rock and Roll Train, Highway to Hell, and Thunderstruck, maybe Hell's Bells. That's a hard question. I still might take the over though, because it's one of the better ABBA songs. It's a top 5 ABBA song. Is it not?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe it is. So
there's a lot of ABBA songs.
Right now, I'm taking the over. Let's just really quickly disclaim that none of the stuff that we say right now is set in stone.
No,
because we're coming up with stuff on the fly too.
The whole thing about like music, it's always really hard. Yeah. Like, even if you're in a different mood, you might pick something different. Like, we've had that before when you were like, oh, but last time I asked you this question, you picked differently. It's like,
exactly.
Because last time I felt differently, I guess.
Alright, here's the thing, right? Favorite Rick and Morty character that only has 1 appearance through all 3 seasons so far.
Only has 1 appearance?
Yes, only 1 appearance.
So I have to guess yours.
And I'm guessing yours.
So, for favorite side character, I could see you pick Bird Person, but he has definitely appeared multiple times.
Yes, he has.
Which of course makes that a no.
Like 3 or 4 times. He was in Rixie Business. He was in Get Swifty, Wedding Squanchers.
He was in what's it called? The first episode of season 3 in the
Rickshaw Redemption. That was the last one, yeah. That was Phoenix Person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Those 4.
Only appeared once.
One time.
I know who it is. it's that one alien that Rick held up under his garage, right?
Blim Blam. It's really good. It's tough. I'm gonna need to guess your choice though. I'm gonna say, just because I could imagine you finding that funny as fuck, that I didn't even know the name. The alien who in Interdimensional Cable 2 is voiced by Werner Herzog and talking to Jerry about, humans value their penises so much.
That is a good one.
That's the one I'm picking for you.
So here's a question.
All right.
How often has Aberdolf Linkshire appeared?
Rixie Business, right?
Because he's only appeared once, right?
Yeah.
Which makes him an easy win, I would say. for me. Because I think I've already picked him as favorite side character at one point.
that might be true.
Which kind of makes him an obvious pick.
He's a great character. My pick would be either Blim Blam because he's funny, or as I told you off the air at one point, Mr. Top Hat Jones.
Oh yeah.
Because
Strawberry Sniggles.
the Strawberry Sniggles. God forbid anyone get my hands on me Strawberry Sniggles. Great. Either him or Blim Blam. I'm not making a pick right now because they're both great. I'm picking whoever does not appear again. Maybe if one appears again, probably Blim Blam, if at all, because Mr. Top Hat Jones is dead. I don't know. Okay, your next question.
Okay, so if you could book the main event of WrestleMania this year,
next year.
Yes.
Next year.
With any currently WWE employed wrestlers.
Yes.
What would the matchup?
I could book the whole thing, like not only the matchup, but how long it's supposed to go, what it's supposed to do, like in general, like.
Sure.
Oh damn.
So I haven't, from my answer and the prediction, I only wrote down the actual matchup, but yeah.
Currently WWE employed.
So first of all, before you get too much into it, you have to guess mine. Just FYI.
Oh yeah, that's
before
true.
you forget that.
That is true. I'm gonna say you go in Nakamura versus AJ.
And I guess that you actually picked that matchup.
The same one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely going AJ. Oh hell yeah, I'm going AJ. But I was thinking Rollins.
Okay.
I'm thinking Rollins or Owens.
So I was thinking Finn.
Finn and AJ?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
so,
sure.
So yeah, I
With
guess
the whole Bullet Club storyline going into it.
Yeah.
Who would you have win and why, and how long would the match go?
The match would go as long as it needs.
Yeah,
like,
the match would go 40 minutes for me.
Yeah, I was about to say like half an hour or more.
No doubt 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
They could maybe... I mean, I could see them make it a 30-minute Iron Man match and then go a bit overtime.
Yeah.
Which I guess would be...
I would want no stipulation. I want Omega Okada. Like without the best.
I mean...
Just have the best match you can possibly have.
I mean, they can't do anything stupid like...
5.5 stars, 6.
Like a no holds barred or anything like that,
Yeah,
because that's just not their style. But like Iron Man match that works.
I was just gonna say a match.
But a match also works, yeah.
Like one pinfall, like the one pinfall. That's how I'm picking it. I don't know who's gonna win it, but it's gonna take for a long time.
It's tough.
You know what's also tough?
Probably
you're gonna still say stuff. I was gonna get into the next one.
Yeah, just go into the next one.
All right. Also, WWE question.
Huh?
If you had one opportunity, you have one match in the WWE, who would you pick as your opponent? You would be guaranteed to win that match, but who do you pick?
Okay, so...
And the dilemma is that, okay, you can pick Brock, and you're gonna have to eat 15 suplexes, but you'll beat Brock Lesnar. Or you could pick James Ellsworth and beat him without getting hurt, but no glory.
Okay, so... I think you would totally go with Brock.
Alright. I'm gonna say that because you would not want to like get hurt or anything, I'm gonna say you pick Sami Zayn maybe, because he doesn't seem to do the most high impact moves all the time, and I can see you like learning to take a haluva kick or something like that. I'm gonna say you pick Sami Zayn just to say something.
So,
and Brock is totally on the nose, by the way. That's true. I'm picking Brock Lesnar.
So
I want Brock.
I would probably pick, I mean, yes, what you said, like a safe worker, but I was thinking also someone
not
a bit higher up the card, so I was actually thinking AJ.
AJ? Yeah, AJ is cool.
I mean, for pretty much the same reasons you said.
Yeah.
But of course...
Can you take a Styles Clash, though? That's dangerous as shit.
I mean...
That's dangerous.
I assume there is some kind of preparation there. I'm not just walking in there.
Yeah, of course.
So... After some training, yes.
Get to practice in the performance center.
It's like that's the one thing I have to really focus on.
Of course, right.
Like I can do that.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, good point. Also, AJ could carry it through.
Also,
he's great.
There's probably not going to be a Styles Clash because you said I'm winning.
Yeah, you can kick out of it.
Yeah, but
better.
Like that's just even more ridiculous.
It's true.
Though.
It's true. I'm taking Germans. I'm taking Germans to beat Lesnar. I don't care. Next question, AJ.
Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Oh, yeah.
Right.
Favorite number?
Just favorite number.
Yes.
Straight up. I'm gonna guess your favorite number.
Yes.
Dude, that's insane.
Should I guess yours first?
You can do that.
49.
That's a good pick. That's a good shout. I want to guess for you. I'm gonna guess 10 because binary.
Which I guess technically, if it's in binary, will be 2.
You're into ones and zeros.
So actually, I picked one which I did not think you would get, and that's I.
Okay, fair. That's a good number. It's not. It's an imaginary number.
So what? It's still a number.
How am I supposed to come up with it? You dropping that on the audience? They came here for a light entertainment podcast, and you dropping imaginary numbers?
Yeah,
dude. I've said for a while. I could
have been fancy and been like e to the what was it?
E to the pi I.
1/2 pi.
E to the pi I.
No, e to the pi I is -1.
Yeah.
I could have been like, I think what would it be like? Half pi I or something like that. There is another one, but it actually results in I.
Okay.
I think it's.
I mean, yeah, you can write that down.
3 halves.
You can complicate stuff as much as you want.
For that formula, it's just like depending on what you put in front of pi, you can get 1 -1 I and minus I.
Okay, here's the thing, right? I've said for a while that one of my favorite numbers is 3,435 because it's a number where when you pick each digit and then to the power of itself, add those together, you get back to the original number. So 3 to the 3, 4 to the 4, plus 3 to the 3 again, plus 5 to the 5 is 3435 again. Which is a great number. 49 is a good call. In general, though, like we're reducing it down to like just like digits, like one number. I'm gonna say 8.
Okay.
This is my favorite one digit.
Most people would probably say 7, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's 8. It's 8 for me. I'll take.
For me, it's still I.
I'll take 7 over 8.
Because that is one digit.
I'll take 7 over 8 anytime, but 49 is definitely a great number. I love it. Favorite so far, Life is Strange character.
Oh god.
For the record, we have played the 2 episodes that already came out of Before the Storm.
And yeah, nothing else.
Nothing else. We're gonna play the main game after we play Before the Storm. You can watch us if you want to. If you got some serious time to waste, those are like 2 and 3 hour videos.
I mean, to be fair, the podcasts are starting to approach 1.5 hour mark oftentimes.
Especially with you, Joseph Stalin, out here.
I mean, I kind of have to go Chloe.
Got a Chloe?
I mean, I know it's like it's so.
You know, Chloe's not a good person, right?
Yeah, but I know it's so easy to pick the main character, but it's either her or Mikey.
I was gonna say you. Also, you answered the question.
Oh wait, yeah, that's
I was gonna say for you, definitely Steph or Mikey, because that's your dudes. Because they play the games.
Yeah. So I fucked up the game.
He did.
Congratulations. You would have done it for the WWE one if I had not warned you.
Yeah, it's true. It's tough. We need to put reminders, man.
Like, it's not like we did not intentionally prep it that way.
Yeah.
I made specific notes of what I was gonna predict for the ones.
Okay, so what do you pick for me though? So is it Mike? You picking Frank? Dude's a drug dealer. Dude, Skip, man. Skip, man. How is Skip not great? I also do like Rachel and Chloe, but Skip. I just every time I hear a name, I'm thinking about you don't know this, but I'm thinking about the Undisputed podcast with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, and he just pronounces it like Skip. It's great. I'm gonna need to show you a best of or something. I listen to that every day. It's probably my second favorite podcast after our own.
Okay.
Maybe.
So now we fucked that up. Let's get back to the next question, I guess.
Yep.
And this one is really simple. It's Michael Jackson or Green Day.
Michael Jackson or Green Day?
And I think you're saying Michael Jackson.
And you're saying Green Day, is what you're saying. But it's basically okay. Is that correct? I'm saying you're saying Green Day. Okay. Here's the thing, right? It's tough because there's exactly one Michael Jackson song that I value really highly. Just Beat It. But you know what?
It's probably not even my favorite Michael Jackson song, but it's
it is by far. It's tough, but I'm going Michael Jackson over. If I can keep one, I'll keep Michael Jackson because there is other songs that are still good, not amazingly good, not top 50 good, but Beat It is a top 50 song. No Green Day song is. It's me again.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one's cool. Right? I came up with that. I need an over under from you, right? The jail. You'd be in jail for 5 years. Okay. Over under on that. If you don't take the time, or like how much time would you take in jail if you could avoid the following scenario? Having to work. I'm wording this weirdly, right?
Yes.
Here's the thing, right? Okay, you can do. Let me do this completely differently, right? I'm gonna tell you, you need to work as a brick mason from the age 20 to 65. So basically all your life. How much jail time would you take, like right now, to avoid that?
Well,
so for example, you could be like, okay, I'll take a maximum of 10 years in prison to avoid working as a brick mason for 45 years. The over-under would be 5 years, but I realize how unnecessary that is.
Okay, so here's the thing.
First of all, I'm going to guess.
Yes.
For you. I want to say you're going to take about 3 years in jail. Because you would not last long in jail.
And I would assume that you wouldn't even take the deal.
You think I'm working as a brick mason?
Yes.
All day long?
Like, I could totally see you do that.
Why is that?
I don't know, you just seem like the manual labor type of guy.
Alright.
I mean, you lift, you do sports, right?
That's true.
Kind of.
But working as a brick man, alright.
So, for my answer, the thing is, jail in general.
It's 44 years and 11 months is what he's taking.
Isn't that bad.
Alright.
Like,
super max security prison. All the murderers.
Yeah, okay.
Fights every day.
Like the fights and that kind of stuff. Like the other prisons will be the biggest problem.
Yeah, sure.
Because
county jail. I mean, is a dude who stole a car in there. Yeah.
Like you get food.
Yeah.
You get a place to sleep.
Exactly.
You don't have to pay for it. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Gangs. Gang wars. Gang involved. It's either you give me all your money that your family sends you, or you gonna go out and you beat up this guy for me.
So the social dynamics in there will be the biggest problem.
Yeah.
And the question is, would that come associated with the stigma of having been in prison afterwards?
Like
not finding employment because no one wants to hire you.
Still hire as a brick mason.
Take the time and then still do the shitty job.
Hey, would you rather spend 1 day in jail or 1 day working as a brick mason?
Okay, fair point.
Right? And then just, okay, what do you take though? How many years?
Well, I mean, if someone was like, oh yeah, like, you can either do this shitty job for your entire life or go to jail for a time of your choosing, of course I would pick something low, but if I had to get an upper bound,
yeah, at max,
it's tough, but it's like, again, it really depends on the social structure in there, but probably no more than 10 years.
No more than 10 years. Here's the thing, right? You said I wasn't gonna take the deal at all. Well, I'm taking the deal. I was around the 5 to 10 year barrier too. I'm gonna say 8 years, just because. Okay, first of all, I don't think I have to. I don't fear jail as much as other people may have to.
Just don't drop the soap.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's a lot of people who are physically weaker, can't defend themselves as well, and I also do have an ability to kind of stay out of all kinds of trouble if I don't care about it. Now, I do not want to work some shitty ass job. I respect that job, but I don't want to do it because I know I can do better stuff. So being forced to do that for my entire life, maybe there's a good chance that like a few years in, I'd feel like basically, oh, this is just as bad as prison.
Yeah.
And then I'll take 10 years of jail, like 10 might be also my answer for maximum, over that, and then get out of jail and do stuff that I really want to do. Because I'm 30 years old, I can still do stuff.
Yeah.
But you're 65, been working as a brick mason all your life, and your body's broken.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. And you don't get much for it. So yeah, I'm picking 10 years.
So you'd rather go to jail and afterwards start playing football?
Yeah. I won't.
Because your body won't be broken after that at all.
I don't think I'll make a professional career at the age of 30.
No. I never said professional.
Doesn't matter. I still play ball. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it's my turn, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah. This is a good one.
Is it?
Okay, so if you could write one episode of Rick and Morty to focus on one specific character, place, or concept,
Alright.
like a focus episode about one thing
Yeah.
that has already appeared on the show in some capacity,
Okay.
what would you pick? And remember, first of all, guessing.
Yeah, I'm guessing what would you pick. Dude, that's a lot of stuff to throw at me at once. I'm gonna probably say go more in depth on Rick's early life.
And I think you would probably pick Evil Morty.
Okay. Tough.
So
Tough.
I would actually would love to have another episode about the Citadel,
Okay.
like in the dynamics. So
Yeah.
that's probably what I would choose. I mean, first of all, if I was to write it, I would have something to go off, because like Rick's early life, that's a lot of pressure on like getting it right.
Yeah, that's true.
For Citadel, you kind of have something to go off of, and you have a lot of neat things to be able to play with.
Here's the deal for me, right? I will not choose anything that's important, because I feel like
You don't want to fuck it up.
I don't want to write it myself, and I want to be surprised, because I know that they can do a better work, a much better job than I could ever do on the whole picture, on the big picture, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I'll pick something mundane. I'll pick something that's I would do an episode like Anatomy Park, like something that, like maybe not the same topic, but something in that like that doesn't really contribute.
You almost said in that vein. There would have been a great pun there.
Did I say that? I did not say that.
You almost said that.
I almost said it, didn't say it. That's
why I said it would have been a great pun.
It did not happen.
You missed the pun.
Did not happen. Doesn't matter. Something like that I would write.
Yep, I mean, if you write an episode in the Citadel that doesn't
Yeah,
progress the story too much, there is also...
You could just be like with the street fights and all that.
Yeah,
Morty's killing
like,
Morty's. Yeah, of course. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go with that too, I guess. Alright. You can run any company. Any company at all you can run.
So...
I'm gonna guess that you pick Google.
I'm gonna guess that you pick... Wait, is the NFL technically a company? Is that how it works? Are the teams?
The teams are franchises. They're companies, yeah. Basically.
So I guess you would run 49ers.
Okay, here's the thing. I totally would run 49ers. That's true. If not the 49ers, I'll pick Amazon or Google or something that generates the most possible money.
So I would actually go Disney.
Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a powerful company. They run the entertainment industry.
They own Marvel Comics, which
Yeah.
I love. They own Star Wars, which is great. And they make all those Disney and Pixar movies, which are like popular, I guess.
And they have the copyright to Mickey Mouse, which JJ has 22 posters in his room.
That's not true.
I counted them. It's true. I counted them when I came in. First time I came in there, I counted them, and it's true. Unless you're taking some of them down, it's true. Okay, listen. Yeah, 49ers all day. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, it's my question, right? Okay.
No.
Is it not?
You just asked about companies.
Yeah, fair. Okay, it's your question. I'm hype.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Alright.
CM Punk returns to WWE.
Nice.
But on his return match, he gets beaten by Roman Reigns. Clean.
Alright.
Now the question is,
Yay or nay?
would you still want him to return under those conditions? So yeah.
Is that a one-off or is it gonna stick after that? I'm gonna say you don't want him to return because you're not as high on Punk as I am, and you do not want him to be sacked to Roman. But you need to define that for me. one-off, is never going to show up again, or is that a big-time return? And he's just, okay, he gives someone a win, and after that, just goes on a run.
Okay. He does return, but I'm not going to specify what kind of place he takes on the roster, and you can already assume from that matchup where it's going.
Okay.
And I guess you would still pick it because you have Punk on TV.
Oh, give me the Punk. It doesn't. Here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter what WWE is trying to do with him. CM Punk at that point will be more popular than the WWE itself. And who owns the WWE except for obviously Vince, right? But the fans.
So I would actually also be in favor of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's great. I didn't think you would.
I mean, sure, it would suck for him to return and just instantly be beaten
by Punk, right?
By the fan favorite, Roman Reigns.
But CM Punk.
But, I mean, come on, he's got the potential.
He can lose to anyone, bring him back, it doesn't matter. CM Punk.
Exactly.
Push him through the roof. Okay. You can have one deck in Hearthstone built completely. You have all the cards that you want to for one deck that you could build however you want to. What class would it be? What type of deck? So basically, it's like,
I assume you would pick the Highlander Priest.
All right.
Because the other thing that I could think of you doing is anything with Hunter, which you already have most of. And I think you mentioned wanting to build that deck at one point.
I'm gonna say Shaman, Evolve Shaman with all the cards like that you still missing.
It actually would be Highlander Priest for me.
Yeah, for me too. Because that deck breaks the meta twice over. I specified it in another podcast, but Shadow Reaper just breaks the meta. It's just like it.
Also, insane. Just in general, the cards in it.
It's crazy. Like, so many legends. You get the most value.
Even if I wasn't running the deck for an extended period of time, I would still get the card.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. So much. Even if you decided you don't like it anymore, and you gotta disenchant all the cards, you get the most value out of it because they got the most legends.
I probably wouldn't disenchant it because I don't like doing that in general. But
yeah, but like if you wanted to build another good deck, whatever. It's your question again.
Oh, it is.
It is.
And here's another music one.
I like music ones.
This is kind of specific.
I like specific music ones.
Behind Blue Eyes.
Which version?
Exactly. That's the question.
Tough.
And remember, guessing.
I'm gonna say you picking Limp Bizkit.
I am gonna say that you also pick Limp Bizkit.
I'm picking the Who.
You're picking the Who.
Picking the Who.
I am actually picking Limp Bizkit, but it is tied.
It's okay. It both good versions. I can listen to both. Who more legendary? The Who is a better band.
Yeah, the Who is definitely a better band.
Better band.
But that particular song, I actually like the Limp Bizkit version just a little bit better. So
you do so just an example. You would go the same route for My Sharona with the Hammerfall version.
Probably.
Tough. Even that one
Although that one is like, I would almost say they're almost even.
That one I might actually go with the Hammerfall version, but I'll take the Who version though.
It's for both of them. Interestingly enough, the cover has more energy.
Yeah, of course.
But like Behind Blue Eyes,
could ask the same question for a lot of songs. City of New Orleans.
But Behind Blue Eyes is especially tough because for My Sharona, for example, it's basically the same song. You could probably run the original by the neck through Audacity and like amplify the bass and stuff like that, and it probably almost sounds exactly like the Hammerfall.
Exactly.
For Behind Blue Eyes, it's almost completely two different songs.
I should do that as a project, man. Just pick the nag version and try to make it sound like the other one.
But you won't be able to do that with Behind Blue Eyes.
No.
They sound so different.
Yeah, I'm picking the Who version though because it's the Who. You can only wear one color of clothes for the rest of your life.
I assume you pick red.
I'm assuming you're picking navy blue, like dark navy blue, and I'm actually picking black.
I would probably also pick black.
Black.
But navy blue will probably be
how does second. Dude, red, all red everything myself? Just looking like Shinsuke Nakamura.
49ers logos everywhere.
Just looking like Shinsuke Nakamura?
Okay.
You can't go anything but black or dark gray there.
Actually, you really can't, I guess.
Shirt, pants, everything.
I mean, it would be hilarious, though.
Bow tie and shoelaces all red.
Hey, a red bow tie isn't...
Red bow tie is cool. But not with a red shirt.
Okay, that might have been a bit of a rash decision there.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's probably black.
I was gonna say you pick navy because usually you wear more navy stuff than you wear black stuff. I feel
it's probably black and then closely followed by like gray, navy, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm wearing a navy blue shirt right now and black pants.
Exactly. I'm wearing gray stuff
and gray socks.
I'm wearing all gray stuff, but yeah, I'm picking black. Because black is still sophisticated. You can
make black and black jokes all the time.
You can wear black jeans with a black T-shirt for casual with some casual black shoes.
Yeah.
You can dress up in black.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was also picking black.
Most versatile thing you can do. Yeah, I'm making black jokes all day. Lady in black and all that.
Yeah, of course, right?
I hate all the
lady in black joke.
All the references.
For us wearing black.
No, it's like you enter. Okay, men in black, but whatever. But you enter a place like, you got wearing all the black. So what are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for my lady in black. Something like that. Just correct the jokes. Doesn't matter. It's your question.
I'm looking for a long, cool woman in a black dress.
I was expecting that.
Yeah, because that's the other one that has almost the same title. It right?
Is.
This is a simple one. Animal companion. Favorite.
Okay, I'm gonna say your opinion on it isn't as strong as you play Hunter, so I'm just expecting you to make the running joke and go Misha, never Huffer.
I think you are gonna go Huffer, and I actually do go Misha.
Never Huffer. because
just of the most consistency.
Because you're Rexar. Okay, it depends completely on the situation.
I know it does, but I feel like Misha is the most consistently useful one.
For me, the one that has done the most, like when I needed it the most, and it did happen, is Huffer. Because Huffer is the biggest momentum swing, I feel like.
Yeah, because it's the most aggressive one.
Yeah.
But I'm picking Misha because it protects your other minions. Mm-hmm. It combos nicely with things like Diana.
Yeah.
And
if you're gonna unleash the hounds, like 7 of them or 6 of them,
Leok
is great.
Yeah. But like most of the time when I get Leok, I'm disappointed. Like I barely am in a situation where it's like, oh yeah, I've got a big board, now I play Animal Companion, oh I got Leok, that's great. I mean,
you could Leok next turn Hound Master him and have him stay on the board for a while.
Yeah. And
it'll help you down the line. But yeah, Huffer has done the most momentum swings for me, so I'm going Huffer. Is that the thing? Next question?
Yeah.
You can pick one co-host for the podcast for the future. So you hosting a podcast with whom?
Okay, before I'm guessing, just spoiler alert, my answer is not you. But besides that...
I thought so. It's a bad decision.
Okay, let me guess who you'd pick.
It's tough because you probably wouldn't even know, you probably even know some of the people.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm going to say you're picking John Bon Jovi just to have him do the music during like halftime music.
I haven't even decided yet, but I talking about Johns, let's just guess that you pick John Cena.
I'm not look like I'm picking John Cena.
He's a charismatic guy, man.
Stealing the show out here? No, sir. I might actually pick someone from other podcasts that I like because I know they can do, like Shannon Sharp. I mentioned him before.
Yeah.
Skipping Shannon or Colin Cowherd, who you don't know, but he's also great. They're sportscasters, both of them. So Shannon Sharp played in the NFL at one point. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's phenomenally funny with Skip.
I mean, if I had to pick a co-host, I mean, of course, picking someone who's actually famous, first of all, helps to draw in people.
Yeah.
Second of all, just to meet them on a regular basis is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And have them do the stuff, so Bon Jovi wouldn't be a bad idea.
If I got to pick 2 people to host the show, along with me still being there, Z Farrells and S Gibbs, you have no idea who those are.
But if I had to...
They're great, they're fantastic.
If I had to pick someone, I probably would end up picking someone who's like just as nerdy as me.
Alright.
But, you know...
Who's that?
Bit more of like a good speaker.
Person. I'm a good speaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Basically, I need someone like you, but with different interests.
Hey, we got common interests.
Yes, but like if the overlap is bigger, there's more topics we can effectively talk about.
That's true. But hey, we're creating that though. We have created series more than one series on stuff that before the YouTube channel only one of us were interested in at all.
I can't think of anyone in one person specific that stands out, but there is a lot of the comic book YouTubers will probably be decent, that kind of those kind of people.
Alright, fair. It's your turn. Second to last, right?
No, it's the last one.
It's your last one, and then it's my last one because you started.
Okay. We've done many series on this channel.
Yes, we have.
And now I'm having you decide between two of them.
Oh, shit.
And that is the Telltale/Telltale-esque gameplays. On Mondays. And you can check them out.
It's a clicker. It's a cookie clicker. He's making me decide.
Or the podcast.
The podcast? Oh, man.
Every Saturday, people. Man. Also check them out, I guess.
Oh, man. I'm going to say that you picking the... I'm going to say you be picking the podcast.
And I'm saying you pick the Telltale gameplays.
I'm picking the Telltale gameplay. I can't say that on a podcast, though, can I?
Yes, you can.
Okay, listen. I'm going to say I'm picking the Telltale games. Does not mean I don't love doing the podcast. But what it should tell you is that you've listened to this podcast. You know how good it is. Even better than that is our Telltale gameplays, which means you need to watch that stuff.
I am actually picking the podcasts.
I see why, because that's an infinite resource.
First of all, that, and second of all, I feel like we have a good time doing both.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a bit more relaxed, and the whole fun is a bit more condensed.
Think about Life is Strange, though.
I know, but...
So good.
But
if you had just said Telltale games, and specifically not Square Enix games, I might have given you the podcast.
But...
I just might.
There is,
because the only good Telltale game we've played so far is The Walking Dead, which is good, but not fantastic.
The Walking Dead is it has its moments for sure, and there's definitely a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not consistently awesome.
I'll take podcasts over The Walking Dead.
And Life is Strange, of course, but
with Life is Strange in it, I'm taking Life is Strange. Man, it's such a good game.
It's every now and again there's one of those episodes, and then it's back to The Walking Dead, which again, great game. But it's not as fun, I think, as talking about any kind of topic.
I can totally see what.
And then there's Tales from Borderlands, which
not good.
I like as a game.
Not a good game.
But you constantly complaining about it does not make it more fun to play.
So bad. It's so bad. It's so horrible. Go watch those videos and dislike them, please. What am I saying, man? Dude, don't dislike him, but tell JJ in the comment section that he picked an awful game. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Last question for me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to name one song that you now openly admit to having underrated in the past, criminally.
Oh gosh.
And I'm gonna say it's probably any Run Rick song because you criminally underrated every Run Rick song in the past. I'm gonna pick Dance Call America. Still
not a huge fan, but yes, I have definitely grown to like them more than I used to.
That's good.
For you, that's tough. I know there is a...
Wait, did I put song? Yeah, a song or band. You could also put band if you want to. For a band, I was gonna say Run Rick for you.
So I know that there's a few that I've gotten you...
Band is probably easier.
A bit more into...
Pick a band.
I mean, I think you value the Stones more than you used to.
No. No. Other way around. It just goes down. You're pushing me away, man. It's true.
What else did you
like? My Rolling Stone stock has been plummeting for over 3/4 of a year.
I honestly can't think of too many. As a matter of fact, right now I can't think of any.
Okay, which one do you pick? Is Run Rick a good choice?
Yeah, Run Rick is definitely a good choice. It's probably the biggest change in opinion. For sure, despite still not being anywhere near my favorites. But it's gone from almost hating them to liking some of their songs.
Yep.
As okay to good songs. Definitely not great ones, but...
Oh, they're great songs.
That's definitely a big shift, yeah.
Okay, for me, I was originally thinking Guns N' Roses. But come to think about it, probably the biggest shift over a bit longer period, Slade. Because all the Slade songs that I knew in the beginning were My Oh My, Far Far Away, and Merry Christmas.
Hey, I mean, those were the only ones I knew as well, so...
And those are probably the 3 worst Slade songs on my playlist now.
Yeah.
By that point, I was like, okay, Slade is a band. They exist. They decent. But then I discovered that CD that my father had sitting around with the mysterious Mr. Jones on there and all the misspelled song names. And it's fantastic. And Slade is a top 5 band forever, never to be removed from that top 5 spot. Slade. Halftime show.
Halftime show.
What did you write down on our Titantron?
So, nice naming.
It is a Titantron.
So I just wrote down retro, yeah or nay.
Retro. Because we fell into a discussion right before starting the recording about retro stuff.
You know, those happen, and if they naturally happen, that's the best type of...
Discussions happen all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the best type of content, right?
Yep.
Like,
True.
if it happens naturally, we at least have something to say about
Especially for podcasts. We have to force stuff.
So, I mean, us talking about music right now brings up one very obvious thing.
Vinyl. Yep.
Not a fan.
Not a huge... Listen, okay, it's cool. Okay, if you got a player in your house, that's cool. I like you for having that.
Yeah, it's...
Do I want you to put that on instead of just plugging in the CD? No.
Also, in general, I don't necessarily like CDs that much either, but vinyl, of course, has more problems.
The problem is the thing, right? It depends. What matters is not the way it's being played, but the music that is being played. Okay? Imagine there was some crappy 21st century hip hop on a vinyl disc.
Probably
you wouldn't want to. Yeah.
They're coming back in style.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to listen to that, but you'll take an MP3 or a CD with some good
I thought you were gonna say FLAC.
Whatever. with some good old music on it over that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so...
I know it has style.
My favorite format for music actually is as files. Like, probably MP3 because that's like the most universally one, but... because I can put like 700 songs on my computer.
Yeah.
Just hit shuffle and
exactly.
play. I've got all kinds of music in there.
I got an MP3 player in the car.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a USB stick with like 700 songs in my car. It's like, I put them on shuffle, I listen to them every day when I drive anywhere.
That works.
And I couldn't do that, like, if I put a CD in there.
Yeah.
Like, after a few weeks, I would hate that CD.
Yeah, I need to switch some CDs every single day.
Yeah. And, of course, vinyl, like, in a car, not even doable.
Like, with the shifting and all that, hitting the road bump.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's just nice, yeah.
That's not even doable, but
no.
That's the point, right? It's like, digital is the most flexible format.
Yeah.
And again, like, just the huge amount you can put on, like, a tiny drive.
It's true.
I think it's the best selling.
Here's the thing, right? Listen, if you have a disc player like a vinyl disc player in your house, that is cool. I like you for having one. And if you're gonna play a disc every once in a while, that's cool. Like an old like an oldies jukebox from the 50s. Huge fan. I'm gonna listen to that. And I'm gonna like it. Best believe I'm gonna like it. But long term, it's not a thing that I'm gonna like. I'm not gonna put on that machine every single day in my house to listen to some music. Because the quality is just not good enough.
Especially if you listen to it every day.
Yeah.
Because vinyl doesn't age well.
It's just not good enough.
So...
I do like, however, very much when disc jockeys use it.
I'm not a huge fan of disc jockeys.
Are you not? Why not?
Because what they do, especially modern ones...
But yeah, modern ones, but I was saying back in the days... is discos back in the 70s were acceptable.
Yeah, but it's like...
At least from the musical standpoint.
They just put on music.
But in the fun fact, in the 70s, both of us were not of the age to go to discotheques.
Nice way of wording that.
Our parents barely were. Maybe.
So yeah, no, vinyl, not a fan. But what I do like, actually, is those old Nokia phones.
The old Nokia phones? Talking about being a brick mason. Carrying that thing around all day.
I mean, I would probably, like, if I need a new phone, I just might pick one of those.
Yeah, it's...
sure. First of all, they've got style in a weird way.
Yeah.
Second of all, they're like indestructible. They're
indestructible. Battery lasts for centuries. Survives nuclear holocaust. Yeah, that's...
No wonder wonder we haven't found one of those in Fallout yet.
Yeah, right. That should totally be an Easter egg. Like Nokia phone.
Still works.
Yeah, it still works. Still got 2 of 3 bars for the battery.
Yeah. Yeah. Battery life, like durability.
No internet.
Yeah, I don't need internet on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Yeah, you're not gonna be tracked all day by Google.
And you can play Snake the old-fashioned way.
Play the old way.
Like, of course, there's always like new versions of Snake, but it's a classic.
But just pixels, man. The segment of the Snake is just singular pixels.
That's how it has to be.
That's fantastic. Of course, that's great. Would I use one of those? Probably not.
I totally would.
Because there's no music. There's no way to put all kinds of music on there.
I don't actually have any music on my phone.
I do.
I have...
That's the reason why I carry my phone around, right?
I don't carry my phone around. Like, that's also another thing.
Okay, I do because my my boss wanted me to be available at all times, which I don't technically like being, but I'm doing it anyway, and the excuse for doing it is, okay, I can listen to music at least.
Yeah. Like, listening to music on the go is, like, usually for me one of two ways. Either I'm in college, and then I have Wi-Fi on my tablet, and I can just listen to my YouTube playlist.
Yeah.
Or I'm in my car.
When you get the stick.
Exactly.
Got the USB drive.
Like,
that's a pun, USB drive. Because you're driving in that car. JJ.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really don't need to carry a phone with me all the time.
How about clothing, man? That old school clothing?
It depends on how you define old school.
Old school.
I don't want to look like... You mentioned previously disco. Like, I don't want to look like that.
Like, have a huge afro on your head? Like, wearing them sleeves that Bailey wears to the ring with the shit on it?
Believe me, that's fun for a costume party.
All colors of the rainbow?
Not your entire life. But for example, like... the Victorian style is
I can totally see that.
the greatest thing.
You get the haircut of Darren Young, like with the huge afro.
Yeah.
Wearing the glasses of Sasha Banks, the sleeves, like the wristbands of Bailey with the whole ribbons on it and all that. Basically Bailey's pants too, and then some high wooden shoes.
So yeah, no, that's horrible. But like Victorian English, really good.
Okay, that's very old school.
Very cool though.
It's really old school.
Really cool though.
Powdered wigs.
Well, okay, some choices might be questionable, but like the clothing,
yeah,
pretty good.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the hats.
Yeah.
But I'm also a huge fan of
like
baseball hats.
Like
I'm wearing one.
There's always this thing, right? For everyday use,
yes.
Modern clothing, like that's easy.
Yeah, of course.
But for like dressing up fancy, a lot of the old school stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
And of course, like again, costume parties and stuff. Then you can go all the ridiculous
all
ways.
the nuts, yeah.
But
I mean, in types of fashion, the 70s and 80s were a disaster.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
which is why it's fun at parties and nowhere else.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but no, on a day-to-day, of course, like just wearing normal clothes.
Like wearing a tie with clowns on them is only funny if you're told to do so. Like you bring your funniest tie, John, and then you do it. But if not, then it's not funny. You don't wear that as a statement.
Unless you do, in which case, think about that statement.
Not as cool. You know who told to do that? Jerry Smith. Also, do you know who Jerry Smith's long lost brother is? John Arbuckle.
Who's that?
The owner of Garfield, the cat.
Oh, right.
The derpy motherfucker who is basically also Jerry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can see that.
But John is likable. Jerry's not. It's weird. Got some more old school stuff?
Not really.
So clothing, kind of, sort of, depends. Music, kind of, sort of, depends.
I mean, you could go into, like, cars.
Cars. Oh, hell yeah, cars.
Not a fan of old school cars in general.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, 1860?
Like, in general, like...
Like, with the horses in front of it? Or just, like, 1981?
Like... Even some of them that are a bit newer, like, not a big fan.
I do like me the old school 1970s Chevys and all that.
There's some cool ones there.
Some really cool ones.
But, like, again, like, for day-to-day use, I'm fine with a modern car. I don't need all of the modern shenanigans. Like, electric handbrake, give me a break. Wait. Okay.
Puns.
That one was not fully intended. And not good at all.
Not good.
No, but like, that kind of stuff I don't really need.
No. Who needs that?
But in general, like, a more modern car is definitely better.
Yeah. I'll take one of those fun old school cars as like for weekends just for the fun of it.
Yeah, sure.
I take a Chevy Bel Air, like 3rd generation or whatever. Oh, those cars look fantastic.
But like again, for the most part, like even from the looks, I don't like most old cars.
Oh, they look so good.
Like some are cool.
Like the old school Ford Mustangs, that looks so good. Like that look is unmatched.
Again, there are easy exceptions, but like
great.
In general,
so good.
Old cars, not so much.
No, you try. Fact of the week? What's your fact of the week, JJ?
The cake is a lie.
That's it? That's fact of the week?
Sure.
Are you jonesing me?
Hey, they can't all be winners. And there's a reference there. So hey.
Dude, that's not a fact of the week. That's not a good fact. That's like saying, oh, there is no spoon. That's a fact of the week.
I was about to bring that up.
That is not a good fact of the week.
Hey, you've had worse.
You lazy fuck. You thought you told me you prepped one. I have not had worse.
Like,
yeah, I saw you wrote it down.
On my notes, it says the cake is a lie.
So bad. So bad. JJ's not putting in work. I have not had a worse fact of the week.
You've literally used the fact that you didn't have a fact at least once. I want to say twice.
I may have used it once and maybe not twice. It was a fact and it was original. The cake is a lie. It's not original. That's the internet. That's a meme. That's a phenomenon. Everyone knows it. It's not a fact. It's not a fact. Doesn't matter. No one cares.
Also, it's not actually originally a meme. It's just from the game Portal.
Yeah, sure, but
now I'm thinking with portals.
Yeah, but it became a meme. Okay, let's do this, right? Fortune. Here's a really, really good, interesting, well-researched fact of the week that you may not have heard of yet.
I think it's the first time you had one of those.
Not true.
You always had like
not true.
Questions or cop-outs.
I would ask him as a question, but I like, for example, last time with the cats. Remember that when we did that one? With the lifespan of cats?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, that was a good fact. That was a good one.
For a while ago?
We at one point had one about football, which we were really excited about. But
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
I think...
that was the very first one, I think, was the fact that Reuben Foster was now a 49er. Which was a while ago.
But in general, most of the time my facts are better than yours, so...
Not true. Not true. That's a debate in the future. Here's the thing. A few weeks ago, in the beautiful state of Montana, there was a 40-acre wildfire, which was caused by the following scenario. A bird had caught a snake in his beak and had landed on a power line. Now, the snake, being long enough to touch the lower power line, both animals subsequently caught on fire, fell to the ground, and started a 40-acre forest fire in the state of Montana. Fact. A few weeks ago. Happened this year. It happened.
That's crazy.
It happened. It's insanity, isn't it? It's great.
It's science.
Science. Now say one. Now once again, that against the cake is a lie. Who's got the better facts of the week?
Again, more often than not, I have a better fact.
That is not true. How is that even true? How is it true that you have you ever, like, one time you had the better fact? No, you never have the better fact. You never do. You never do. Listen, like, okay, listen. We're gonna keep track of this. Like, anytime we do the facts of the week, we'll see whose fact is better. Because this week I win.
Now it's a competition, I guess.
I totally win.
Gotta make a spreadsheet. Oh. I mean, I wanted to make a spreadsheet anyway, so...
We gotta keep track of this every week now. We're doing it, okay. Next topic, which is the topic that JJ kind of wanted to talk about. And he also knows a bunch of stuff about.
Yeah, so this is one we've touched upon a few times, but I don't think we've ever really gone in depth about it.
Tiptoed around it.
And that is movie logic, and more specifically, sci-fi logic.
Yeah.
Because...
we've talked about aliens and all that stuff.
Yeah, and,
like alien contact.
and when we talk about aliens, for example, I mentioned how aliens in sci-fi are more often than not just like kind of different humans.
Yeah, they just look very much like humans.
Which, of course, for one reason is because they're actors in suits.
Mm-hmm.
And the more out there it is, the harder it's to do. These days, it became a lot easier with CG.
Yeah, and the hardest to identify, too.
And it's like, it's easy to just put someone in a bit of makeup.
Yeah.
And also their cultures a lot of times. It's like,
yeah,
this alien race is based on one specific culture that used to exist on Earth.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sure.
How original.
Yeah.
Like,
but I feel like people, the original imagination of aliens, like the little green men from Mars,
are more creative than some of the more modern ones.
Yeah.
Like, in Star Trek, right? I don't think you know Star Trek that well, do you?
No, I do not.
Like, there is one race who are the Vulcans, which are basically space elves.
Okay.
They got pointy ears.
Alright.
They usually have weird eyebrows and haircuts.
Alright.
And their whole thing is that they're more about logic and they don't really do emotions that much.
Alright.
Or almost not at all.
Yeah.
And then there's a race called the Klingons. They've got weird ridges on their forehead.
Alright.
And they're very aggressive.
Alright.
It's like, those are just people who you put some very simple prosthetics on.
Yeah.
And then you gave them one human trait and exaggerated.
Exaggerated a human character trait.
It's like, if you combine a Klingon and a Vulcan, you basically almost get a human.
Yeah.
Probably a bit weird looking, but...
Potentially.
But it's like, their character traits, if you combine them, are very close to a human. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Of course, right? But what are you gonna do? Like, if you want to... Who's your target audience, man? Humans.
Yes.
If you're gonna have some puddles of grey mud with no, like, extremities or facial features whatsoever, communicating via fucking telepathy, and sitting around on rocks for 6 months on end, and then getting up one time to eat a stick, and then sitting back on that rock, because that's just what they do, that's how their character works. It's not very good for the target audience, is it?
Yeah, but I mean, there are definitely cases of more interesting aliens.
For example?
Far from Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Gaseous cloud.
Yeah.
That's pretty out there.
Blim blam.
There is probably also good Star Trek aliens, but like, oftentimes the main aliens very much are very human.
There is also aliens, a lot in Rick and Morty that are the same way as you described it. The Gazorpazorpians.
I mean, even
with all the stereotypes.
Those bugs from the Galactic Federation, the...
Grumflamites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, they are based on insects that are anthropomorphized.
Yeah.
Like, you took two things on Earth and you combined them, and that's them.
Sure.
It's always funny when you see those videos that someone makes when it's like, oh, those crazy things exist on Earth, and they're more crazy than anything we've ever seen in sci-fi. Like, oftentimes, like in deep in the ocean,
fish or crazy
or somewhere in the jungle, like some obscure species that's almost dying out. It's like, I understand why they're doing it, but it still doesn't make sense.
No, it does not. But this thing is, like, no one would want to watch it.
I know.
If it was really that far out that, like completely, it's first of all, it's hard to imagine in the first place.
Yeah,
it's hard to imagine
why they don't do it.
It's hard to imagine how so much differently some biology could work on a far distance planet.
Yeah,
without taking inspiration from what we know, because that is all that we know.
But again, there's crazier things that we know that exist than some of the things that people came up with.
Sure.
It's like, weigh that against each other.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So yeah. Again, it makes sense that they do it. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it.
Right.
But again, if you think about it, in universe, it doesn't make sense. Most of the time. As a matter of fact, Star Trek kind of makes sense because they all have a common ancestor. There is some lore there before anyone points that out.
Yeah, well, in that case.
But for a lot of sci-fi, it is that way. Like Star Wars. Like, most of the aliens are vaguely humanoid. And the ones that diverge most usually have traits from actual real animals.
Yeah, that's true. Like got Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Got
He's basically a dog person.
Yeah. Got Jar Jar.
Like, yeah, he is like an amphibian person.
He's an idiot.
He's an amphibian Jerry.
He's an amphibian Jerry Smith. That's what he is.
So, yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to mention.
Alright.
Another one is technology.
Okay.
So, of course, we can't be like, oh yeah, be 100% realistic about what people could achieve in a given amount of time, because at that point you take all the sci-fi out of the sci-fi. Or at least you take all the fiction out of the sci-fi, more accurately. If you just be like, oh yeah, just use stuff that we know we can achieve soon.
Yeah, of course. Time travel.
But
Time travel.
if you invented technology for your sci-fi show, you would have to think about how it could be used, because the people in universe would use it that way.
Yeah.
So you have like close to light speed travel.
Mm-hmm.
That means you've got a near infinite energy source.
Exactly.
So you can't be like, oh yeah, we have this thing that's like, oh, we don't have enough power to power it or anything like that. Or just in general, like, you have so much energy. What could you do? Why don't you? Like, if
stay up 20 hours a day, make YouTube videos?
I'm saying if that's not explained, like, oh, like, our laser can't break through this rock wall because it's not powerful enough. But our ships can fly almost as fast as light speed.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
So, that's always a big one that I criticize in fiction.
But that's also really hard to do.
Is consistency.
To go above and beyond what is actually happening on Earth right now and still have, like, you still need the basis of imagination.
Yeah, but you have to stay logically consistent within your universe.
Which is really hard to do.
And for technology...
I mean, people don't stay logically consistent within the universe of just the universe.
Of course, you don't have to make every character be 100% logical.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, for example, if humans invent something...
Right.
One of the first things that is thought about is like, how could we use this to make war?
Yeah, exactly. How can we use it to destroy? Of course, right?
So, if your humans in the near future invent something, and it's not at all even mentioned how that could be implied to be used in war.
Yeah.
Then you're being inconsistent.
Maybe cultural changes. People have become peaceful.
That's why I said near future.
Like that ever happened.
That's why I said near future.
Yeah.
Because in the far-flung future, you can basically proclaim anything.
Yeah.
And you can be like, oh yeah, it's like... They don't think about that kind of stuff anymore. For, again, Star Trek, like the Borg, you can say whatever you want because they don't invent technology, they just steal it.
That's also a good way to do it.
So, they don't creatively think. So if there is something that they could do, but they don't, that's just because of how they are.
Yeah.
But if humans get technology in their hands, and they don't use it in the way that you would expect humans to use it...
Shit happens.
It doesn't make sense. Like, you give humans something that they could turn into a bomb, and they don't...
And they just start...
That's surprising.
Start harvesting environmentally friendly energy from it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like...
It can never happen.
What are those humans?
What are those humans doing? I think there's a cat planet out there, just populated by cats. I mean, in Rick and Morty, there is a dog planet, right?
Yeah. In Doctor Who, there is a lot of that stuff. Like, there's cats that basically look like very much anthropomorphized as cats. It's like they walk upright, they're asshole as humans.
Yeah.
But they got cat faces.
But cats are assholes.
Yeah, I know.
Cats are assholes. More so than humans sometimes.
Usually more than humans.
Depends on the type. Depends on the human.
Yeah.
There's humans who are bigger assholes than cats.
Probably.
But cats are still assholes.
So yeah, like, the way they use technology oftentimes doesn't make sense, especially the whole faster than light or almost light speed travel.
But they need to imply
that
stuff.
Energy.
Yeah, but they need to include that stuff to somehow... They do that to justify, they can get from that place to that place in
of course.
No time.
But I don't mind them doing it. It's just you need to stay consistent.
Yeah. But then sometimes you just wander off into absurdities. Like, we can do that. That means we should be able to do that. which means we'll be able to do that, which makes the entire plot that we're proposing completely useless.
And that happens often enough that there isn't a simple solution to the whole plot that for some reason the characters don't use.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. Of course, that's a different story if you start going into the real absurd stuff. It's like, oh yeah, we've got an infinite improbability drive that can do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Fair enough.
You're a comedy. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Of course, right. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is fantastic.
Yes.
It's great.
And it was very improbable that he turned into a penguin.
It was a problem, but you know what? It happened. It happened.
Because of its low probability.
Oh man, Arthur. That's the book that I actually read. Fun fact, I read that book.
Yeah.
Totally did. Only book I ever read. Like not the only book I ever read in my life, but like
you also read the entire Bible.
Twice. Studying it religiously. Pun.
That's actually a good one.
Weirdly
enough, that's a good one.
It's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, no, but
also that came so out of the blue, I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Despite it being so logical.
It was very obvious. Logical? Obvious.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that's one of the 3 books that I ever read off of my own volition. Fact of the week. Still a better fact of the week than yours. Not even my fact of the week. Speaking of things that happen once a week. Music? Reference?
Sure.
High note? Musical pun? Song of the week?
Song of the week.
What's the song of the week?
My song of the week, and I honestly don't remember if we ever had that, but I don't think so, is Black Velvet by Lana Miles.
Don't think we had it. Don't think we had a good song. Why?
Because it's a good song.
You know, the justification doesn't work for, forever.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm gonna walk you through my process.
Okay.
So I took notes.
We're being walked through JJ's process right here. Just hang on. We'll get to a better part.
I came up with the topic.
Just put autoplay on top right corner of YouTube page. Next video will come up.
And then I put down a fact.
Let's go make you a sandwich while that happens.
And then I totally forgot to put down a song. Then you came over.
Take a toilet break too.
We were taking notes. And I just scrolled through my playlist. And I was like, what stands out? And that song stood out.
Did it stand out?
It's a great song.
It's a great song.
I'm feeling it right now.
It's a great song.
It's one of those songs that when I'm skimming through my playlist and I'm being really picky for whatever reason.
Yeah. It's full of Elvis Presley references too.
You know how you sometimes go through a place and you're like, oh, not that one right now, not that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those that I don't really think I ever skip.
No.
It's like, oh, Black Velvet. Yeah, sure. I can do that.
I've definitely skipped it before. I'm not saying it's a great song. I'll skip any. There's no song that I've. Next to no song that I've never skipped.
I can't with guarantee say that I have never skipped it, but it's generally one that's very versatile. You can basically always listen to it. I feel. Yeah,
it's true. It's a good song. I do not have that on the top 50 list, but just for the fun of it, we could evaluate that.
Sure.
See what point I have the list right here. It's still on your computer, as a matter of fact.
Do you want me to pull it up?
No. Let's do it off the air.
Okay.
Because we don't need to do that right now. We're just here to give a song of the weeks. Because people, you need to listen to that if you don't know it. Okay, you probably know it, but you may not know the title or the name or whatever. So yeah, listen to that. My song of the week, a song that we have been very much neglecting and underrating for a while. You remember how we always been talking about Slade songs, top 3 Slade songs, and it's it's Ruby Red and the Mysterious Mr. Jones and C'est La Vie.
Goodbye to Jane.
No, Run Away.
Run Away.
Great song. I heard that in the car on the aforementioned MP3 player when I came here.
Yeah.
To work today.
And you were like, this needs to be a song of the week?
You know what? This needs to be a song of the week. I'm like, that could be a top 3 Slade song. And if it's a top 3 Slade song, what other song am I kicking out?
You always have that problem. You
right?
always do it. You're like, oh yeah, there's 20 things that need to be in the top 10.
But you will at one point disagree. If I'm going to say, okay, Ruby Red is the 4th best Slade song, you will disagree with that. Big time.
I will disagree with that, yeah.
You'll have a problem with that, but am I putting C'est La Vie as 4th best Slade song? I mean, just think about how good Slade is.
Yeah.
I mean, Are they making a run for number 1 in the bands at one point?
Number 1, no, but like,
Number 1?
but like top 3 potentially.
Top 3, absolutely. The top 3 are set in stone for a while, I feel like. With the Bon Jovi, with the CCR, and with the Slate.
I mean, CCR is not in my top 3 by.
Oh, it's a top 3. Oh, it's a top 3. All right.
Like, Bon Jovi's number 1. That's easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Anyone. Okay, these 3 bands could be in any order. That's what's easy. But one of them being in a specific place is not easy.
I could see Slate be 2 or 3.
Slate could be 1, 2, or 3. So good. Bon Jovi still could be CCR. All 3 of them could be 1, 2, 3.
I'm thinking right now.
That's 1 tier off itself, I feel like.
I'm thinking right now which band besides Bon Jovi would actually beat Slade, and it's really hard.
It's crazy, right?
They just might be number 2.
They might be. They just might be, and they might be number 1. We'll have to re-rank bands again at one point and see what we how we rated the stuff, how we mulligan from the first time we did that.
I mean, to be fair, the first time we did that, we literally sat here for like half an hour and just did it.
Yeah.
And you already know how much prep you put into the songs.
Yeah.
And if we put that kind of work into the bands...
Technically, the band should be even more because we need to evaluate every single song.
In theory, we really
And we need to come up with a mechanism to do that.
And then it's the whole quality versus quantity argument.
It's true. And we should do that on a future podcast too. Talk about how you are prepping for your songs.
Yeah.
Top 10 songs. We did that for my one. Because you need to get on that too.
Yeah, I know.
It's only like 28 more podcasts if we do it on 50? It's crazy. It's not a long time, Jaden.
It's like half a year.
Yeah, we've been halfway through it though. It's like, I know you're gonna start a podcast like when we start uploading podcast 49. You're gonna oh shit, got some stuff to do. I'm gonna walk in there. I'm gonna walk in this studio the day that podcast 50 is being produced, and Jaden's gonna be like, oh shit, I need to find a top 10 songs. And he's just gonna scribble them down with the pencil and a notepad within 50 minutes. That's what he does.
That's how I do my best work.
It's not true. That's a lame excuse for being lazy. Not true.
Under pressure, I do my best work.
Good music reference.
I know.
Can we get out of here?
That's it.
That's it.